Hello everyone, this is me Rishabh. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to my podcast. So here I have brought a very interesting person, Mr. Jose sir. And right now he is 65 and he is retired from a bank. So let us have an interaction with him. So today we're gonna talk about all thing about philosophy. So hello Mr. Jose sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear it very clear.
Okay, fine. So, Mr. Jose, sir, like, can you little bit introduce yourself, that what you do and where are you from? And after that, we can start our interesting topic.
Okay, Mr. Rishabh, I will introduce myself. Before that, I wish to say something about you. You are a 16 years old young man, and I am very happy to get a man like you. And you are so brilliant, and you are energetic, and you have got a very good smiling face also. So now I am feeling very comfortable. I am sitting here, and I am so happy to talk with you. Let me introduce myself. My name is Jose Mohan, and I am from Kerala state, and my native place is Kochi. Kochi is the largest city in Kerala, and I was working in a bank. The name of that bank is Indian Overseas Bank. Regarding my family, I have a son and a daughter and my wife. Son is working in New Zealand. My daughter is working in Kochi itself. My wife, she has retired from BSNL. These are my personal details. Now you can ask any questions. You can feel free.
Okay, fine. It's like in your family, like everybody have a job, like everybody is occupied with a job.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So we can start our topic. Okay, as we have discussed that we will talk about all thing about like philosophy. Okay, because very rare people, like most of the people, don't know about philosophy, or they don't like to talk about philosophy. Like they are not very much interested about the philosophy, about the life, about the things. Okay, so that I chosen this topic. Okay, because you are an experienced person, you have a good experience of life. So I thought that I can learn something from you about from your life, and my listener can also get something okay about life and about the things. Okay, we can start the topic. Okay, and once again I would like to say, like, we all are talking about philosophy, and those who are not interested in the philosophy, so they can leave the video. Okay, because for some person it might be boring, like this topic philosophy is quite boring for some other person. Okay, so I'm starting with the first question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so my first question is all about that where we come from. For example, if we talk about the human beings and all the things, so where we come from and where we go, like in our life, so where we come and where we go.
Okay, you are asking if you are asking about a human being. First of all, we must understand what is human being.
Okay.
See, we are living creatures. In this world, we can see n number of living creatures. We are one among these living creatures. And you are asking, where are we coming from? Okay. If you ask this question, we will get varieties of answers. And if we ask this question to religious people, they will give vivid answers. And there are different beliefs. And I have asked this question to many people, and I got different answers on it. For example, if we are asking Christian people, they will say God has given a life and God has created us. But when we ask the question to a Hindu person, he will say there is reincarnation. Reincarnation means rebirth. There are 757 rebirths are there. So we are coming after one by one rebirth. So I got confused. Then I understood that all these are beliefs only. We cannot, if we are thinking, it is very difficult to believe different versions of our life. So I believe that we are coming from this life. The life of a human being starts from conception. Conception means when ovum and semen join together. At that time, we are coming into this world as a unicellular human body. Unicellular means when we take birth, we will have only one cell. After that, day by day, this number of cells are increasing, and we are taking a growth, and we are becoming a child. Then we are becoming an adult. Then we have to face death. When we face death, that end comes. But religious people do believe this. Even after death, there is life. According to Hindu philosophy, we will take rebirth. According to according to Muslim philosophy and Christian philosophy, we will reach into a place called heaven and we will meet God and we will stay there with God forever. These are only beliefs. But I don't know. I have no proof for these things. And I consider our life will be terminated at the time of death. This is my view, and I don't want to compel my view to others. So all person will have their own views and they can believe their views. They can stay on their beliefs. There is no need to compel others. So I said my views, and I don't know whether others are satisfied with this view or not. Okay, I am concluding with this point.
Okay, fine. So your answer was like quite good, okay, because in these views everybody point can differ, okay. It is not like that what is my point of view, okay, might be same from you, okay. Everybody follow the different religion and some follow science, some believe on science, and everybody can have different thinking. So let us jump into second question, because I have a lot of questions, because I am very eager to know about this topic, because very rare people talk and discuss about the thing. Okay, so my second question is all about what is the meaning of our life. For example, if we have got birth or however we came, okay, by anything, so what is the meaning of life, and is that same for like different creatures, okay, is that same what we human have?
Okay, again you are asking about the meaning of life. When we think about the meaning of life, again there comes vividness. Varieties of meanings are there, and religious people, non-believers, many people have defined the meaning of life in different methods. So we cannot see, it is very difficult to see a consensus. Consensus means agreement. So we will not see a common agreement among people. And according to religious people, the meaning of life is our life is given by God. So we have to return our life to God. So that is the meaning of religious people. But I have no idea about God. So my meaning is we got a life in this world. So we have to finish. We have to complete it in a very good manner. That is the meaning of life according to me. And again, I am repeating the same point. Many people may not agree with my view. So okay. I said my view. Okay.
Okay, fine. So you gave your own view. And my the third question is all about what is the reality of human beings? Okay, like it is interrelated to first question. Okay, so what is the reality of human beings? Like we have got the life. So what is the real? Like some person says that the meaning of life is all about money, earning money, and getting the thing. Okay, some person have different views on it. So what is your view? What is the reality of life for human beings? Yeah.
Rishabh, this is a very beautiful question. We have to think about the reality of life of a human being or of a person. Again, there is no consensus. Different people have different opinion. Let it be there. According to my view, the reality of man is this physical body is the reality. Many people believe that other than this physical body, there is another body called soul. In my view, that is only belief only. It is only an assumption. There is no proof for soul. But many people, perhaps majority of the people in this world believe in soul. But I don't know, I have no idea about soul. But I have clear-cut idea about our physical body. So I believe in physical body only. And when we get this physical body, the reality of a human being is taking place in this world. At the same time, when we face our death, the reality of this physical body comes to an end. So the reality of man is his physical body only. And mind and soul, these are only beliefs only. So this is not a small subject, this is a vast subject. So perhaps it may take time. I think we can discuss this later. So finally, I conclude that the reality of human being is only human body. That is all.
Okay, about human body. Fine. And what happens as you mentioned the death. So what happened after death? Is there any life? So according to your thinking, is there any life, or we go somewhere, or we are become we born here and we die? Everything happens here only, or what do you think that? Because every religion and every person tells different kind of things, okay? And even I am confused, and even a lot of people are confused. Even science also doesn't have the accurate answer of this. So what is your point of view in this topic?
Okay, again you are asking very tough and complicated question, but this is an interesting question for me. Your question is, what will happen to us after our death, and what is the meaning of life after death. In fact, there is no life after death, but many people believe that there is a life after death. And again, we can come to two major beliefs are there. One belief, according to one belief, we have life after death, rebirth is there. There is a technical term used, that is reincarnation. The meaning of reincarnation is rebirth. Hindu people believe in reincarnation. They claim that there are 757 reincarnation is there. And they believe that sometimes we may live as a human being, and sometimes we may live as a creature or animal or plant or even a bacteria. So form of life will be changing, and we have to go through all these forms of life, and we have to pass through 757 reincarnation stages. After that, our physical body will be decayed and lost, but one thing will last, our soul, and this soul will join with God. These are only assumptions and beliefs. There is no proof for our soul, and there is no proof for God, and no one has seen how we are joining with God. These are only beliefs. I am telling my opinion. Perhaps many people may not like this opinion, so I am apologizing to these people. Don't get angry with me. I am telling my view. That I am not compelling anyone. Okay, again we can come to Christianity and Islam and Judaism. They believe that after our death, our soul will go and join with God in a place called heaven. For these ideas, there is no proof. But a huge number of people are believing in this philosophy also. But I have no idea about this, so I do not believe in this. And I think after our death, there is nothing. I strongly say that after our death, there is nothing. That is my belief. And once more, I apologize to others, those who are strong believers. Don't get angry with me. I am telling my belief.
You will not be offended.
You can go with your belief. There is no problem. Okay, Rishabh.
Okay, fine. Yeah, fine. Okay, so one of the question is hitting in my mind again and again. Okay, because you have like lot of experience of life. Okay, and you are like 4 times elder than me. Okay, so I thought that I should ask the question from you. Because a lot of youth or a lot of teenagers have a question, okay? They want to learn from their elder ones, okay? And what are the mistakes they have done in life? What are the life lessons? So just I wanted to ask, like, what is a piece of advice, okay? Or I can say life lesson would you like to give to those people, okay, who are like smaller than you, or who are student, or who are like doing job or anything, okay? Your life lesson or something, your moral you would like to give to young people.
Okay, Mr. Rishabh, I don't know whether time permits. I am going to talk about a term called relax. We have to apply a term called relax in our life. And I will tell the full form of relax. First of all, the spelling of relax is different, entirely different from ordinary relax. This spelling is RIILACSS. There are 8 alphabets. Spelling is there are 8 items. We have to apply these 8 items in our life, especially people like you, Rishabh. You are not an ordinary person. I know you are a brilliant chap. Like you, there are several brilliant youngsters are there in this world. I am talking to these people. I am not talking to lazy people. If you are brilliant, if you wish, you can note down this spelling slowly. RILACSS. And you have to apply this relax technique in your life. One by one, I will explain. First item R, you have to apply your reasoning power. Whenever you study something, whenever you discuss something, whenever you inquire something, you have to apply your reasoning power. Then comes I. There are 2 I's. Second item I is intelligence. You are intelligent. There are youngsters who are intelligent. And at the same time, we can see there are many people who don't have intelligence. By left, you have got intelligence. So you have to use this intelligence. That is the second item. If you want to learn something, if you want to inquire anything, you have to apply this intelligence. Then we can come to the third item. Third item is investigation. If you want to learn something, if you are inquiring something, you have to conduct investigation. You have to ask many people. You are doing this method now. You are inquiring. You are asking you are doing investigation. That is why you are asking questions to me. That is a very good symptom for a brilliant chap like you, like Mr. Rishabh. So I said 3 items: RII. First, reasoning. Second, intelligence. Third, investigation. Then we can come to C. I'm sorry. A means analysis. We have to analyze many things. We have to collect details and we have to analyze. We have to apply analysis. That is A. Then comes C.
Okay.
RIIL. Oh, I forgot to say one item. Logic. RIIL. L is logic. You have to apply your logic. Then comes analysis. Then comes criticism. You have to criticize. Then only you will get a correct idea about any subject. That is C, criticism.
S.
Then 2 S are there. S is statistics. You have to apply statistics. You have to inquire. You have to collect data, and you have to take statistics. You have to analyze these statistics. Then only you will get correct idea about any subject. That is last item is S. Again comes one S. That S is science. You have to apply science. Without applying science, you should not believe anything. So you have to take the help of science. So finally, this is the full form of relax. If you apply this technique, relax technique, you will get clear idea about any subject. And I don't know whether I have taken too much time or not. I don't know.
No, it's okay. Like and we the people are here for self-improvement and learning. Okay. So if learning can take time, okay, we are here to give the time only for the learning. Okay, fine. Like you emphasize very well. Okay, relax. Okay, and definitely I will also follow this rule. Okay, and I hope my listener will also like follow this rule about your life. Okay, like something more you want to add upon, like about your life lesson or about your moral or advice which you like to give to the young people or the youngsters or something like. People like you, anybody who want to add up something more, you can also.
I don't know whether time is going.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay, again, I am amazed because some youngsters are asking advice from elders, but usually youngsters do not like advice. They hate advice. But I have seen some youngsters, they are asking advice. From that, I noticed that there are some brilliant youngsters. Those who are brilliant, they will ask advice from elders. That's the speciality of brilliant and intelligent youngsters. I have met several youngsters who are asking advice from elders. So I am not a guru or a sage to give advice. Anyhow, you have asked advice, so I will give 4 items. This advice was given by my father to me. He gave this advice in Malayalam. Let me tell this Malayalam. Satyam, Neethi, Dharmam, Daya. 4 points we have to hold strongly. If we are holding these 4 points strongly, we will not have fear in this life. So this advice was given by my father. I will translate these 4 items. Satyam means truth. We must be truthful to this world and we must be truthful to all people and including ourselves. So that is first item, Satyam. Then comes Neethi. Neethi means we must follow justice. We must be justice to all people and to all creatures in this world. So that's the second item, Satyam, Neethi. Then comes Dharmam. Dharmam means our duty. We have to work we have to do our duty. Duty means work. We must do work. Without work, we should not live in this world. That is the third item called Satyam, Neethi, Dharmam. That is Dharma. Dharma means work or duty. Then fourth item, Satyam, Neethi, Dharmam, Daya. Daya is the fourth item. I am telling this Malayalam word, Daya. Daya means compassion or charity. We must be compassionate to other people and to other living creatures also. Because as I said, there are youngsters who have got good physical health and good intelligence and good brilliancy. That is a gift. That is a natural gift. You people like Rishabh, you are brilliant, you are healthy, so you are lucky also. If you got these types of virtues, certainly you must be compassionate to others who are weak, those who have no health, those who have no money, those who have no brilliancy. It is your duty to help others. That is what is called Daya or compassion. You must show compassion to weak people. You must help weak people. So with these 4 advices, I conclude giving advices, and I fear Many youngsters will not like this advice.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So like Mr. Like Jose Mohan sir, okay, you gave a very good advice. Okay, like I like just noted it down the advice. Okay, definitely I would like to follow, and I would also like to share this advice because I talk to more people, I connect to more people. Okay, so definitely I would like to share this advice to a lot of people. Okay, so now it's time to end the podcast. Okay, because we have done like we have spent it approx 25 minutes. Okay, and if we make a long podcast, the people will not watch it. And very thank you, Mr. Sir Jose Mohan sir, for like giving your time, precious time, and for our interesting topic. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Rishabh.